Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my extraordinary pleasure to take a few moments to offer some remarks about a truly exceptional outgoing board member. Today, as we do from time to time, we will be presenting a Community Builder Award to one individual for her contributions to the United Way of Ottawa, the United Way of Prescott Russell, Ottawa, Lanark, and Renfrew counties, and the United Way of East Ontario. You may think that's 3 organizations, and legally speaking, it is, but it also speaks to the journey that this volunteer has been on. Our Community Builder Awards are presented throughout the year on special and important occasions such as this. So it is indeed my distinct honor to recognize a true community builder, but in this instance, someone who has dedicated 12 years to United Way in our region. I'm pleased to announce today that we are presenting an outgoing CBA to board member and past board chair, Karen Williams. We are delighted today to be joined by Karen's husband, Brian, and son, Douglas, as well as a number of her friends and colleagues. Thank you very much for joining us. We had a lovely note from your husband about this award, and it made us feel even more special and honored to be able to present this to you, Karen. For those of you who don't know Karen the way that I do and others do on this board, let me talk to you a bit about her. She joined us in 2010 as a volunteer. And through her journey with United Way, East Ontario and Ottawa and Polar Sea, Karen has held various senior volunteer positions, including the chair of our board, head of our governance committee, a member of our community services cabinet, the head of our community investment committee, executive committee, and frankly, I'm not sure what committee she has not been on. But a list of the volunteer roles she has fulfilled really does not do justice to adequately tell the story of her contribution. Karen joined at a time when United Way was in the early phases of transitioning from our long history as a federated fundraiser to an impact organization. For those familiar with this journey, you will know that that road was at times challenging, to say the least. What I can say is that Karen not only agreed with the vision of United Way being an impact organization, but she was an active ally and trusted partner. Her support wasn't limited to the boardroom. Her support manifested itself into those roles where volunteer leadership was essential and needed and actively applied. She took on many volunteer roles where she would encounter resistance and disagreement, and she took them on with commitment and pride. The reason we did is, of course, we shared a belief that our work and that of the community sector should be grounded in research, data, analysis, and reason. Sounds familiar today, but at the time, this notion was not one that sat comfortably with the community sector. We shared a belief that we were living into a promise to invest our resources where they are needed most and where they will have the greatest impact. And when we speak of resources, we saw the potential, of course, and the importance of fundraising dollars, but equally counted among those resources was our voice in advocating for change, convening stakeholders in common purpose, and grounding our efforts in research and evidence. We shared an inspiration that United Way could move beyond philanthropy and become a community leader that makes meaningful contributions to the lives of those most vulnerable and those who seek social justice. Today's AGM is in large measure the extent to which this vision has been fulfilled. It is in these moments of greatest challenge that United Way was able to serve communities across our region because of Karen's commitment and efforts. You should also know that Karen does this community work when she is not otherwise fulfilling a significant professional career as a business leader, holding senior level positions across very well-known companies, from Cognos to IBM, to Halogen, to Saba, to her most recent role as that Cornerstone On Demand, where she is the Senior Vice President of Global Customer Service. In both business and community, she is described as an energetic, ambitious, driven leader who lives into the mission of the organization she works with and for. It is truly what we have benefited from here at United Way in the last 12 years, and is truly something that I, as its CEO, am grateful to have had as a senior volunteer and a partner. To say Karen is a busy person is an understatement. And at the same time, however, her community is always top of mind. One occasion I can recall, Karen, I think you were board chair at the time, but you were certainly on the board, and you told us that you were concerned, but making every effort to return from an extended business trip in California, but needed to get back to attend a board meeting for United Way. Well, never get in the way of Karen's support of the community. She was there without question, traveling overnight. She was on time at 7 a.m. or in California, 4 a.m. My last anecdote about Karen is to highlight an early moment in our relationship that for me set the tone for the kind of volunteer she has been. It was 2011, and she was working for IBM Canada. Canada approached United Way staff and said that we needed to apply for one of IBM's prestigious centennial grants. She saw United Way in our work with, at the time, the Ottawa Neighborhood Study, or ONS, as the right fit for the application. At the time, the Ottawa Neighborhood Study had gotten off the ground, but had significant dreams of being a comprehensive database, providing demographic, health, and community services information mapped over all of our city's neighborhoods. Frankly, a perfect fit, she felt, for IBM. Well, it was under her leadership and guidance that United Way and the Ottawa Neighborhood Study was awarded the only Canadian project for a Centennial Grant and one of only 7 grants worldwide. This grant enabled the Ottawa Neighborhood Study to realize its dreams and is now, today, one of the world's most comprehensive tools of its kind. It is open source, available to all, free of charge, and has been used as a tool to aid in service delivery for the pandemic response, things like priority vaccination locations, locating cooling stations in heat waves during severe weather events by social services and the private sector and governments alike. Karen's commitment was both foundational to the impact model for United Way and a unique and critical tool for those that seek to make a measurable contribution to the lives of those in our communities that need help. With that, I would like to thank Karen. We are grateful that we have had this opportunity to present you with our Community Builder Award. And I'm happy to tell you, as you know, that United Way has permanent displays of our community builders at city halls in Prescott-Russell, Ottawa, Renfrew County, and Lanark County, called our Community Builder Wall of Inspiration. Your name will be added to that wall as a permanent reminder of the contribution you have made. And I hope this occasion will be a moment when we can reflect on how important you have been to United Way. Karen, with that, I will say as well, and this is important because it's staff's responsibility, we'll also be getting to you, of course, a commemorative plaque. What award is not complete without a commemorative plaque? So ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to unmute your microphones and join me in a round of applause in congratulating Karen Williams.
Congratulations, Karen.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So well deserved.
Congrats, Karen.
Congratulations.
Go.
Karen, I know that I uncharacteristically we provided you a bit of a heads up on this, and I'm so grateful that your family and friends have been able to join you. Would you like to say a few words?
Yes, I would. Thank you so very much, Michael. It's a great honor to receive this award, especially from you, who I've worked with the whole time I've been engaged with United Way. So one of the people who has come through it all, and we've been together through this. It's been a pleasure to work with all the dedicated staff, of course, at United Way, both Ottawa, as well as East Ontario, along with some of the best volunteers you're going to find anywhere. This is such a fabulous group of people that we've worked with throughout the communities over the years. Everyone who knows me knows that I like a challenge, and it's the hard stuff that keeps me interested. And the transition that we did that led us to become who we are today as United Way East Ontario was definitely a challenge. It looks easy now. It was not easy then, because obviously the community was not really wanting to go in the same direction at the time, because they did not necessarily have the same vision that we had. But it was a very satisfying challenge for me, because during my time, we finally transitioned to an Impact United Way, our long-term goal. And I believe that an Impact United Way delivers the best results for the community. We invest resources where they are needed most and where they will have the greatest impact. I believe that. I have always believed that. That has always been the mantra of the United Way Ottawa before East Ontario. And it's the thing that I couldn't be prouder of to have been a part of. Through the ups and downs, this goal didn't waver. And while you're never truly finished, I feel good about achieving this outcome and now transitioning the work to a new set of board members and a new set of people who are focused on impact in the community to take this to the next level. Because I think that there's still a ways to go. And I know that Michael believes so too, but that we are definitely well on our way now. There's a few people that I want to thank for their support over the many years. Some of them are current in terms of United Way staff. Some of them are past, same with some board members. I'm just going to use some first names so this doesn't last very long because I know people go, oh my God. So Michael, thank you. Denise, Christine, Ed, Mark, Sarah, Britt, Jesse, Carol, and Peggy. Some are long gone, but spent long times with these United Way staff and certainly some great meetings and some hard meetings. And I really appreciate all the support that I've received. So thank you very much. On the volunteer side of things, George, Danya, Sean, Denis, Rick, Frank, and Jamie were all key, but there's tons of other people. So if I haven't mentioned you, it's not because I didn't, just in terms of there were just so many. And of course, outside of the United Way family, you always have your own family, your own friends, and your own colleagues that have provided you with support. Obviously, the main people there are my husband, Brian, and my son, Douglas, who obviously, as you say, lots of time was spent, and some of that time, of course, was grabbed from them. But I think that they were incredibly supportive, and I certainly see in my son his willingness to volunteer and be part of things that where he can help others, and I think that that's fantastic. It's certainly something that I think is very worthy. And then from a work perspective, Phil Saunders has joined. He was CEO of Saba. He was CEO of Cornerstone, and he's always been a great supporter. A couple of my staff, including Kelly Wenzel, is here, and I really appreciate her support. And Anne-Marie, one of my close friends. And so I thank them all for the support they have given me over the years. I even truly enjoyed the work and the time that I've done with and on behalf of United Way and the great people that are associated with it. Thank you so very much for this award. It's a tremendous honor. Back over to you, Michael. Thanks a lot.
We'll miss you, Karen. Don't be a stranger for us. As I look back, I'll remember some of those challenging meetings, and it was so important to have you there in our corner.